everyone. I'm Miss Heather from the Tewksbury Public Library, and I'm back with another maker craft. Today we are going to learn how to make lanterns out of metal cans. Lanterns that are made out of metal cans are really cool because you can put holes in them in any design or pattern that you like, and then when you put a candle or a little light inside, you can really see all the holes get lit up from the candle, and it looks really beautiful. It makes a really nice effect on your walls around you, and it just adds a little nice extra light, something kind of soothing and calming and nice to look at. For this project today, you will need to make sure that you have adult supervision because we are going to be working with a hammer and nails and also a metal can. Metal cans can be sharp around the rim where you might take off the lid. So it's really important that you don't stick your hand inside the can because that might cut you, this part right on that edge. So you really want to be careful that when you're rinsing out your can, you just rinse it with a little bit of soap and water. You don't need to put your hand in there with a sponge or anything. And just make sure it's nice and rinsed because you don't want anything yucky growing inside your can. So you'll need a can, peel off the label. If you have some craft wire, this is really good to use as well. That could be used for a handle for the lantern. If you don't have any wire like that, a pipe cleaner will do nicely. And this one is really nice and festive gold. That might make a nice handle for my lantern. You will also need, like I mentioned before, a hammer and some nails. These nails are roofing nails and they come with this little safety cap on there so that it's a little bit less likely for you to hit your hand with your hammer. So if you can find roofing nails, that is the best kind of nail to use. It's a little more safe. If you picked up a bag of supplies at the library, you have a roofing nail in there, and you also have one of these LED mini tea light candles. And this candle is really cool because it'll actually turn off automatically. You can see I already have it in the off position right there. I turned it on earlier and I turned it off, and then in a few hours it will completely turn off automatically and the light won't be on anymore. So gather whatever materials you have. If you don't have a little candle like this, that's totally okay. You could use a regular candle as well. Once you have all your supplies ready, meet me right back here and we'll get started. So we talked a little bit before about how to make sure that your can is ready to be used for today's project. You have your label peeled off, you have it rinsed out with a little bit of soap and lots of water, and you should be ready to go. Remember, right inside of the can can be sharp sometimes because of where the cover comes off when you open it with your can opener. So just be careful about that. You shouldn't need to stick your hand inside the can at all during this project. So make sure you're being safe when you're using your can. And once you have it ready to go, fill it up almost all the way with water. And then we're actually going to put this right inside the freezer. And of course, when you put it inside the freezer, it turns to ice. You can see that mine's not 100% frozen like I thought it was. You saw a little bit of water dribble out right there. But that's okay because water is something that you can wipe up nicely. But it is important to try to make sure it is frozen solid all the way through. So a great way to do that is just freeze your can in the freezer overnight, and then it should be ready to go the next day. And filling your can with ice is really important because that helps to keep the can's shape. Because if you're hammering into it, it could maybe bend or get out of shape easily. So the ice in there just helps to give the can a little bit of extra support while you're putting the holes in there. So one last thing before we get started, just make sure you have a towel and put that down at your workspace. That helps to create a little bit of extra stability for your can. It will help keep the can from rolling as much and just help also give it a little bit of extra grip. So when you're ready, get your towel at your workspace, get your can on there as well. And you will now need to decide if you want to draw a design on your lantern or if you just want to go ahead and freehand it or freestyle it. So if you're drawing it, I recommend using a marker, and then you can draw on there and plan out your design. And you can see that it shows up right there on my can. And maybe I need to move it a little bit closer so you can see the marker works nicely on the can. And I chose a nice hot pink so that it will really stand out against the silver of my can. So I'll be able to follow my design really easily when I'm putting the holes in the can. Once you have your design planned out on your can, you are ready to start with the hammer and nails. And if you decided not to draw out your design, that's okay. You can just go ahead and get started with us right now using your hammer and nails. So I'm going to hold my nail underneath that red cap right there, because that red cap will help to protect my fingers a little bit. And I'm going to put the hammer right tapping on the end of the nail right there. That's the head of the nail, and that's where you want to aim your hammer. Of course, it's really important, and we can't stress this enough, that you have an adult supervising you, because we really don't want you to get hurt. All right, so making sure your grown-up is there, you are ready to start using a hammer and nails, as long as your adult is supervising and ready for you to start. So you can pick up your hammer in the hand that you're right with. You can hold your nail in your other hand, and you can line it up right on your can where you made your marks. And you can remember, like we tapped before, now you'll tap right on the can, and you'll make a hole, and then you can either pull it right out. Sometimes you might give a little bit of a twist to the left, and that helps it release quickly as well. So repeat that process all over your can. Remember, holding underneath the red cap to keep your fingers a little bit safer, and lining it up with your mark where you'd like it to be, and gentle but firm tapping in, and then a quick little twist and pull to the left to get that right out of there. And repeat that all over your can wherever you made your marks, or wherever you think you just might want your holes to be, where you want the light to shine through. So go ahead and get ready and get all your holes in there how you like them, and then meet me right back here. All right, so once you have finished putting all of your holes in your can where the light will shine through, it's time to put a handle on your can if that's something you'd like to do. So if you picked up a bag of supplies at the library, we put in a piece of craft wire. So take that out now, because that's what you'll need to finish up your lantern. So to attach your handle to your lantern, all you need to do is poke 2 holes in your can, kind of near the top, one on either side. So I've got one here, and I've got one here. And that is going to be where I'm going to put the wire through, so that I can have a handle for my lantern. I could carry it around, or I could hang it up somewhere. So once you've got your holes poked in there, you can thread in your wire right in there. Make sure you can see it come through. You can bend that right around your can to hold that in place. And it might look something like this once you've got it all nice and bent. And then do the same thing right on the other side. So I'll go from the outside in, bend it around, and there we have it. There is my lantern and its handle. So today for our maker craft, we made lanterns out of metal cans. I hope that you had as much fun making it as I did, and I hope that yours turned out in a way that you like. Stay tuned here for our next video, and we'll do more crafts and more science and all sorts of good stuff here. And you can subscribe to our channel so you never miss another video. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.